Fallon, here we are, back at the Winter Gardens. What was the feeling like coming back?
Oh, I'm so excited to be back. You know, it brings back so much good memories. You know, it's an iconic venue, and you know, I just get like goosebumps and like excitement every time I walk in the building.
Bittersweet, obviously winning it on debut and then first round exit last time around. Is there some redemption to be had this time?
Yeah, definitely consistency with that, isn't there? But yeah, I definitely, you know, want to, you know, fix what was, you know, broken last year, because I feel like, you know, that's not me. You know, I can play better than that. So yeah, I put the effort in, and you know, I'm more determined this year. You know, I genuinely want to try and pick up that trophy again.
Prep's not been great though. Obviously, we saw the broken toe and everything. First of all, how is it? And are you on the mend and are you at 100%?
Yeah, no, the toe's absolutely fine now. You know, it's been about 6 weeks, 8 weeks since I did it, so I can walk and stuff now. I've been able to practice with it, so yeah, it's all been great. You know, preparation's been really good coming up to this, so I'm hoping to put on a good performance and do well.
You've been the flag bearer along with Bo for the women's series for some time now. Is there extra pressure on both of you coming here to play?
I actually don't think there's like much pressure or anything, because we've both kind of, you know, won it before. We both have like the game to kind of, you know, do all the expectations, and I think everyone just kind of expects us to do stuff. So I don't know, I don't feel pressure, because I just feel like maybe everyone's looking at Bo as the favourite. I'm second in the rankings anyway, so I assume that everyone's just kind of, oh, well, she's won it once, we know how she can play, but is she going to do it again? And I'm like, I can. But, you know, I just taking it as it comes, and I'm not putting any pressure under myself.
The way the women's game has developed and the way the strength in depth is growing, is this the best lineup we've seen here at the Winter Gardens?
I think so. I think, you know, with the standard of the women's game at the moment, it's increasing each year, and I think this year is probably the best it's been. You know, there's different people come through this year that you haven't seen, and they've all got the ability to play like an A+ average game, and it's going to be exciting. I'm interested to see the results.
Anna back on TV as well, something obviously I know that you shared a lot of time with Anna in the BDO side of it as well. Are you pleased to see her back on TV?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not pleased I got her first round, but it is what it is, and yeah, I'm really happy to see Anna back and her game's back to how it, you know, can be, and I'm hoping she produces a really good game against me, but obviously I want to come out the winner on it.
All eyes for you. Obviously we know that you prioritise the PDC over everything. Winning this is one thing, but back end of the year is a lot for you to play for as well. Grand Slam, World Championship, is that also on your mind right now, making sure that you're in all these big events?
Yeah, it's always on my mind. I mean, every time I go to a women's series, I want to do really well. I want to keep, you know, up there in the rankings so I can qualify for all these TV events, because at the end of the day, they're my ambitions, they're what I want to do. I want to go through to the Grand Slam, I want to be at the Worlds, because that's where I feel, you know, my game's where it is like best, and I just feel like I always perform there, and it always excites me to be there, and yeah, I always want to get there.
I remember speaking to you January, February time, and that you were frustrated yourself, because we all know what you did in 2019 with winning those 2 games, but the fact that you haven't done it since, that I think you said you don't want to be known as that one-hit wonder. Is that still bugging you? Is that something that you really want to put right?
Yeah, 100%. I know I've got the game, but you know, back when I did it was no one expected anything, and like now I feel like I've produced the game again each time that I've been there. However, I think the players that I've played know how I can play now, and you know, they don't underestimate me, so they always play better, you know, than my initial, you know, big stage performance that I come on the scene.
Those big performances we've seen at the Grand Slam quarterfinal, the final in Copenhagen, how close are you to that version of Fallon?
I feel like I'm getting closer. I think, you know, there's still tweaks that I need to kind of do, but I feel like I'm probably in the better position now to be in where I was back then than what I was a couple of months ago. So I'm getting better and hopefully, you know, as the year go on, I'm going to get there again.
Fallon, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alan, you have an opportunity of being a 2-time World Match Play champion. How much would it mean to you to take that trophy back on with you?
Oh, it'd mean the world. Do you know what I mean? Just to win a title like twice, you know, it's being part of the history again. You know, winning the first one, great. Everyone wants to be a 2-time winner.
We wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fallon, your probably the only person indoors that could be somewhat compared to obviously Luke Littler, who's come through this year, with having somewhat overnight success. Like, how was that experience for you, like back in 2019, and do you see similarities in yourself to what he's experiencing now?
Yeah, that was absolutely manic back then. But yeah, no, I see the similarities, you know, with the social media side to it or the publicity side to it. And the only thing that, you know, is probably different is like he's still got the game, whereas I kind of lost my game a little bit because I got caught up with everything. Whereas I think he's, you know, got his eye on the prize, carrying on going and stuff. And I just really hope that he doesn't, you know, take social media too much to heart, because he just needs to ignore it.
Yeah, we've obviously seen he played well against Michael Winger, but obviously lost ultimately. Do you have any advice for him? Because there's a lot of pundits, like you said, there's a lot of pundits, a lot of us media that are all getting on his back already, saying that he's going to go on a downturn. Do you have any advice on that?
To be fair, like I actually watched the game. Like he actually didn't play bad, but everyone on social media was like, "Oh no, he's off, he's off." And I'm like, in what world was he off? He still had 100 average. Like if that's his B game, imagine like how far he can go with his A game. But yeah, no, he just needs to kind of keep going. You know, every loss is, you know, going to make you more determined each time. And I think he's just going to be one of them calibre of players that just keeps getting better and better and better with every defeat that he gets. It's just obviously don't get complacent.
Thank you very much. Really.
Thank you.
Just touching on what you said there, Fallon, about then, did you get complacent then?
I think I did. I 100% I think I did, but I don't think COVID helped either, because obviously I was practicing, I was in the high of everything, and then I had a massive gap, so I feel like I'm always 2 years behind running, and then I think I lost kind of like the interest in the complacency with it. That's where it all come from, because I just kind of thought, oh, when's dart's going to come back and stuff, and then when it did come back it was like, oh, right, I need to do this, I need to do that, and it was kind of, I put too much pressure on myself. So that's why, you know, now I'm taking each step as it comes. I'm slowly progressing, I'm getting better, because I'm just not pressurising myself to kind of do what I did back then, and I'm growing myself as a player back.
You touched on the social media aspect as well. Obviously, you had it, Luke's had it, Noah's had it as well. Would you like to see something done by the social media company so things like this doesn't happen and the abuse doesn't? It's always going to be there, but to a degree where something is done about it on these platforms.
Yeah, 100%. It's like every sports person, you know, they're always going to get hate and stuff, and I don't think it's fair, because these people, you wouldn't walk up to someone in the street and say it, because you probably end up getting arrested with all the threats and stuff. So I don't know whether the social media side, if they can like do little words to flag it up, and then, you know, people get like repercussions from it, because I don't feel it's fair that they're allowed to treat people like that and get away with it.
Yeah. Fallon, thank you very much.
Thank you.